Okay, the next step we're going to do here is we're going to lap the receiver face, or square up the receiver face on this upper receiver. And the idea there is that we want this face to be completely square so that it contacts the barrel evenly, and basically you have your barrel on straight. Some people don't do this. I've done it, and I don't. It's pretty easy. I don't really see any reason not to do it. So for that, we're going to need this lapping tool. I don't think these are terribly expensive. I forget. I've had this for years. Of course, this is sized for the AR-10, and all we do is stick it down in here, and then we rotate it. And of course, we have to have some lapping compound in between there as well. First off, what you want to do is make sure that you're clamped in here. You got the receiver clamped in there, square, plumb, level, whatever you want to say. So I'm using this level to make sure that in every direction this thing is going to be level, so that when we're applying pressure, we're applying it evenly to the entire surface of the face here. So what I'm going to do is just use some One Shot or whatever your favorite lube is. I'm going to spray down the barrel part of it just so it rotates in there easier. And then what we want to do is take like a Sharpie. I got a silver Sharpie in this case, and I'm just coloring the face of this receiver so that I can tell when I'm done. Because if there's any high spots or low spots on this receiver face, I should be able to tell from marker that it leaves behind. And I'm also going to be using some lapping compound. This is 220 grit. You might use finer grit. I don't know. This has always worked well for me. And I'm just going to put it, let me get this in here first. I'm just going to put it on the inside edge of the lapping tool. Get it worked around there, and I'll probably have to clean it up and give it a couple of tries here, but I got the lapping compound in between my tool face and the face of the receiver. And all I'm going to do is just spin it. You can hear that it's making sort of a sanding type noise. So we know that it's doing something. Now, we don't want to remove a whole lot of material here. All we're trying to do is remove the bare minimum so that we can get this receiver face completely square. And it's made so you can chuck it up in like a hand drill. I usually just do it by hand. The thing's nice and heavy, so it applies some pressure just from the weight of it. You can also push down on it a little bit. And we just rotate it. And you can go either way. It's not going to make a difference. And after a little while, it kind of smooths out. Maybe you can hear it started to smooth out a little bit. And that's because the lapping compounds got kind of pushed out to the sides. So every once in a while, you might have to bring it back up and kind of reapply the compound to the surface. And we'll put it back down on there and grind on it a little more. All right, let's see where we're at. Because again, we only want to do this as little as possible. So let's see if we can tell if we did anything. Clean this up. And you want to clean out, especially if you're going to put that back in there for another try. You definitely want to clean this part out of the inside of the receiver so that you're not dragging that material down into the receiver and causing problems down there. So we got it cleaned up, and if this thing care to focus, you can see that we haven't made much headway. You can see I still have marker over here. So that would indicate to me, and I think I have a little bit here, that would indicate to me that it's a little low right here, since my marker is still on here, but it's not in other places. But like even out here where we wore through the marker, we haven't really wore through the anodizing yet. So we haven't removed hardly any material, well, no material really, just a little bit of coating. So it's going to take a little bit more of this, or quite a bit more, maybe. And I don't know, maybe after a while I'll get frustrated and throw the DeWalt on there and really spin it. But for now, I'm just going to take it slow and do it by hand. Okay, so I spent, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes doing that. And if we can look here, you can see that I have a pretty nice even wear across the entire surface, and none of my marker is still on there, which is a little hard to tell since I used silver at first, but then once it started wearing off, I switched and went with a black marker and gave it a few more turns. But you can see that I have nice even wear, and I would say that thing is pretty well square. So I think we're ready to put the barrel on.